This is TomSlickTV.com.
Let's get ready!
Welcome to Sports Spot. I'm Smooth with the 5-0s. I'm Reggie, the king of trolls, who's currently in Facebook jail. And to my far right, we have Duro back with us again.
Thanks for having me back. Thanks for having me back. I appreciate that.
And right here to the right of me, we have Coach King.
I appreciate y'all bringing me on.
Welcome, fellas.
Welcome.
So I'm used to seeing that little face down there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he didn't change his shirt up a little bit,
Just a
so
little
you get
bit.
on the
Just a
trolls
little
good
bit.
side.
Just
We
a
gonna
little
go
bit.
slide.
Don't start there.
Today we know Michelle's not here. We wish her well. Hope you feel better, Michelle.
Get better, Michelle. Get better.
Yes, we missing you. But to my right, we're gonna start with well, we already know Duro down there since we had him on today. You know
I think last time he was here, I forgot to say the only reason he got through high school because he cheated off all my papers.
Rumors. Bad rumors.
So we're gonna go over to Coach King and Coach King, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Coach King, coach high school football, president of a youth organization, MG Dash Club Youth Football, and I'm in the education field as a career.
Appreciate that. You like working with kids and everything, huh?
I love working with kids.
That's good, but you don't know nothing about sports, do you?
No, nothing at all.
I'm gonna let you know there's only one true king on this set. That's the King Troll. But since you're a guest host today, I'm gonna let it slide and let you be Coach King or let's just say Coach King. Nah, I don't like the Coach K to do. So I should just let you be Coach King today, okay?
I appreciate you letting me be myself.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay, Coach King, what's the name of the youth program that you coach at?
Coach King today, okay?
I appreciate you letting me be myself.
Okay. Yeah, that's our producer Tom Slick messing up once again. You know, we go live, we always got to get a blooper in there. Yeah, come on, Tom, get it right. Get it right, Tom. You talk about us when we miss our cues and stuff, and you messing up. That's Tom Slick's fault with that background audio.
Name of the game when you go live, baby.
Right. Bloopers included.
Right.
So I think you said what's the name of the coach?
The league you coach at.
Municipal Gardens Dash Club Youth Football. It's been around since 1956, so I'm blessed to be the president of it. And I'm just trying to continue the legacy that is already built. And that's saving young black men or any kid in inner city. It's not really about race or color.
Man, I like that, man. I like, people that teach and deal with our youth. I feel like y'all are highly underpaid in the field and things that you do. I can do it, but I'm proud of the people that can do it and lead by example.
Because you don't get paid. So your heart better be in it because it costs more. It costs way more than you can put out.
Hey, man, but I am proud of the people that are able to give back to the kids like that and be an example. You seem like a great young man. You seem like from our pre-show, you don't know much about sports, but you seem like you're pretty good with dealing with the youth, and we need more people like that.
I don't know much about sports, I just know how to coach.
I like that. To get the show started today, we're going to talk about Tiger Woods and golf. Now, I'm the only one up here that really plays golf. These other young men don't know nothing about golf. But I will admit,
I did go Top Golf last night.
you did go Top Golf?
Last night.
That's a pretty fun spot. I will admit that I'm not that good at golf, but I'm getting better. But I think it's just a great accomplishment when y'all say that this is the first time in history Tiger Woods has came from behind to win a Masters. And I really feel like golf needs Tiger Woods. Golf wants Tiger Woods because without Tiger Woods, the ratings suck.
Right.
That was a great point. In the last 11 years, this is his first major championship in 11 years. I think he hit one by 2 strokes today. It was a big accomplishment on his part, and he had a full weekend of hard work, and he came through when it mattered most. So congratulations to Tiger Woods for sure.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, I was watching it actually before the show today. You know what I'm saying? And,
Can't hear you, Smooth. You're so smooth, I can't even hear you. What are you saying, Smooth? The 5 O's? Speak up!
He just like picking on me, y'all. We're gonna excuse him. But anyway, I was watching it before I came today, and it was a good matchup. I mean, he was shooting good. I mean, the ground was kind of awkward because of the rain and everything, but still, he was hitting that ball pretty good there, putting it in the green.
I mean, people, you either love Tiger Woods or you hate Tiger Woods. But I'm sure the golf, like I said earlier, the golf community loves Tiger Woods.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like we said, without his ratings, nobody could carry his clubs or anything to get those ratings. And I'm going to tell you something else. He's not done. People are saying he's past his prime. They only say he's going to win one more major. I predict that he will win maybe 2 to 3 more. And I know it's hard in the golf world to do that. But I predict that he can do that and get it done.
And that wouldn't surprise me based on the way he works out, the way he takes care of his body, refocus. Now he's got a lot of distractions out of the way. This win is going to probably put him in a place where he says, now I have it. And I can make it happen. I think this win was big for him, not just for just being a Masters win, which is his favorite major, but I think it gives him an opportunity to say, I can do it again.
Okay. I think he had a lot going on personally too, and I think with the accomplishment of winning again, I think that puts him over the hump just mentally. Yeah. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
That's a good point. I like how you bringing up that point because this guy's social media page, he trolls women like crazy. He had a post the other day talking about women basketball not as good as men. Who watched the WNBA draft? They did a post the other day talking about every real woman should give 100% of their paycheck to their husband.
Oh, wow.
He had those posts.
I was taking out of context, but we'll talk about that.
I actually like the last point.
Okay, we're going to talk also today some basketball, fellas. You want to start off with last week's win with Virginia and Texas Tech, or do you want to start the NBA? You can start wherever y'all want to start.
I say Texas Tech and Virginia. One of the things about the Virginia win, you're talking about a 16 seed losing in the first, one seed losing the first round the year before to a 16 seed, and then you flipping it the next year and winning the whole thing because you got a great backcourt, you got a strong coach, and they play defense.
You got a kid from Indiana, though.
That's all you got to say. Kid from Indiana.
And you got the refs. You got the refs too. Look at the number of calls. Let's talk about the double dribble in the backcourt. I know we've always talked. You wouldn't know because you hadn't been on these shows. Yeah. But in previous shows, we talked about refereeing, how refereeing affects the game. Yeah. Now you got to admit that was a double dribble that was mixed in the backcourt. Virginia. The basketball guys were with them. Congrats, they are a good court. I do like Guy because he's from Indiana and everything. But I really think they should have lost to Purdue. I really think they should have lost to Auburn. And I really think they should have lost to Texas Tech.
Well, what you think ain't what happened.
I'm going to take my king name. That's why you don't get paid.
And as a coach, I always tell my kids, you got to take the game out of the zebra's hands. At the end of the day, you don't want to leave yourself in a position for another man to make a decision on the outcome. So, we can talk all day about his calls and championships because that happens all the time. So
yeah, Saints fans still crying about the Super Bowl. They boycott Super Bowl. Super Bowl right. All you Aints fans, Breezy and all y'all, will be back controlling y'all Aints in October.
But ain't the coach, it ain't right anyway.
Right, there you go.
Right. So, what do y'all think about the upsets yesterday? What y'all think about
big upset?
The Nets beating? I don't think it was big upsets. So we're gonna get me and Joe.
That Brooklyn. That's a big.
That's not because Brooklyn is playing good basketball.
Yeah, they're playing good. But
and Orlando is playing some of the best basketball in the second half of the season.
Look here.
I don't think it's upsets in the East. I think it's just wide open.
The way that the Philly put that team together when they got Butler and the other guy Tobias. Man, look here. Them guys did not show up like they should.
It's just one game.
Yeah, it's one game, but they shouldn't have got that. They should have lost that one
Butler
game.
showed up.
One game can change a whole series.
I think the challenge is Embiid is still hurt. His knee is still giving him problems. He started off early in the game shooting a lot of free throws. However, he went, I think, 0 for 7 from 3 from the second quarter to the third quarter. You can't have your best player, who's 7 foot, 280 pounds, shooting threes and missing like that.
But that's my point, though. You didn't give Jimmy Butler this money like he's one of the best players.
They ain't gave him no money yet. His contract's up this season.
But the thing is,
They ain't give- they just traded for him. They ain't give him no
But you got
money.
it like he was the best player. You know what I'm saying? Coming to your team, and
But
he still
Butler
don't show
balled
up.
out. I'm gonna tell you the problem is,
Butler didn't show up.
just like he said, take it out of Zebra's hands.
Yeah, you gotta take
Next
it.
man up.
Next man up.
Like the Pacers. Victor, you don't hear me crying about Victor's out. We
Exactly.
still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
MB's hurt, so what? Boston's got Smart hurt, so what? Next man. That's why you have a collection of players.
Yeah.
That's why you're professional.
Exactly.
Well, also
exactly.
too, you know, Philadelphia created this mantra of, it's our time, it's our time. They don't have an identity of what they do best, what they do great.
Right.
What they do great is do a lot of talking
Talking,
right now.
yeah, that's
The
it.
crowd was booing them, and I'm telling you now, you got Ben Simmons, who's a guy
Sorry.
who hasn't
He's
shot
good.
one
He's
3-pointer
just
all
don't know
year
how to
as
jump
your
it off.
point guard,
That's
and he's
what
missing
sorry.
free throws. That's going to get in his head. He responded to that yesterday, and I look forward to game 2 to see how he responds when things don't go right for him.
That's the thing. You got his size, man.
You gotta
his
get that
skill
jumper.
set. Yeah,
You have to get that
You
jumper.
gotta get that
It's too
jumper.
late now. He's in the playoffs. You know, I mean,
He's
Michael
not gonna
Jordan
get this
developed with
season.
Jordan. And you know what? On my Facebook page, we got a couple of friends of the Philadelphia fans. Arnett, George. Losers. I'm off of Facebook right now because I'm in jail, but I'm gonna troll you on this
I
show.
remember you saying something about LeBron earlier.
Hey man, he on the fishing
About
boat.
how much you love
Yeah, him and D Wade on the fishing boat together.
He didn't have a jumper, man, when he first started. So
That's
Ben
true.
Simmons got a little time.
He
He
did.
gotta hurry up and get it.
He
Yeah, you
didn't.
gotta hurry up and get it.
He didn't have a jumper, and you know, I'm just glad that James got the playoffs because it kills that myth. Give me any 5 players
Here
and
you
I'll
go
get you in the
with this again,
playoffs.
man. Look at here.
Girls, is that a myth?
No, I don't think it's a myth. I think it's pretty accurate, as a matter of fact.
Give him any 5 players, he gonna make the
That's what
playoffs.
they've always said.
What happened this year?
I think he's.
They gave him the wrong 5.
Yeah,
I think he's out of the Eagles.
He didn't make the playoffs. That's my king.
He went west. He should have stayed east.
Hey, that's his fault.
That's his fault.
You know, you want to go west, you know, to make that money in LA. Nowadays, with the age of the internet and
It's
podcasts and everything, you can make money. You can make money in where Paul George play at?
Okay.
Hey,
So,
look
Okay,
here.
see.
Look here though, man. The way they did that, trying to get Anthony Davis, I think that's what killed them young guys' spirit still. You know what I'm saying? Because they was playing good ball until that trade deadline was coming about. They was trying to get Anthony Davis. After that, even with LeBron going down, you know, so they was still playing.
Okay.
They was barely losing games, but as soon as they start talking about trading them boys, they just gave completely up.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Why did James go to LA?
To win.
Because of Magic.
Yeah.
Who is AD's agent?
LeBron James' agent.
Paul Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Rich initiated that. There's nothing wrong with a player requesting to be traded or anything. I agree with that because the team can trade you at any time. But I think Paul Rich really handled that situation bad.
Public-
I think Magic handled that situation bad. I think I would never trade him to the Lakers. I would take a loss
Well, I
to
think-
let him go to the Lakers.
I think people did, well, some people, fans, the game, they don't respect the West. Like, it wasn't, LeBron made so much noise in the East, which is a little easier. You can go under 500 and make the playoffs in the East. But you can't go in the West, you can't lose 20, 25.
But don't we understand that he knew that though? I mean, this isn't like it's a shot. Well, if we talk about this and know this, he knew this also. And the decision he made to go out west wasn't just basketball.
Well, I don't think he
generated.
knew. I don't think he knew that.
Oh, he knew.
How do we
He
know?
knew.
How do we know? And we're not playing, and he's playing.
Yeah.
He saw it too. He's living the life.
Right, but
I have to disagree with you on that.
I still think that he thought that it was gonna be, that it was just still gonna be an accomplishment.
So he was believing what people were saying. Give me any 5 players, I'll make the
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
You know, people have always said that, but they always know he needs superstars to win him championships. He needed Ray Allen.
But
He needed Dwayne
in
Wade.
his defense, name great teams that didn't have 4 superstars.
No, we're not talking about what he did. What we're talking about is the folks who say, hey, Bron can do it with whatever garbage he can get.
No, he
Now,
can't.
well, we dispelled that myth this year,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Because
I
he
think
has
that
that
happened
average.
Well, I think that's disrespectful to the professionals anyway. Personally, I think that's.
And I respect that, you know, and again, next year's gonna be, this summer is gonna be the biggest summer, for LeBron James' basketball career. If something major doesn't happen for the LA Lakers, it's gonna be tough for him, man. I don't see them big things in the West.
But they gonna get Klay Thompson and Anthony Davis.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna come back to
So we
that
got
with the rumor mill.
We got this on recording, right?
Klay Thompson
Klay
ain't
and Anthony
coming.
Davis, right?
Hey, man,
Yeah.
Did you hear about Klay Thompson? What he said?
He ain't going.
Hey, look here. He said if Golden State don't give him a max deal, he's out of there.
I didn't hear that.
But wouldn't he go?
You
I
used
think
to.
he's gonna get a max.
No, he's not. He's not gonna go to
No,
LA.
he's not getting a max.
Okay.
He want that
He
money,
don't get a
right?
max deal.
I see no reason why they're
Hey,
not gonna give him a max.
I
They got
tell
the
you
money, and they
what.
lose a new stadium next year.
I tell
It's
you
gonna generate
what.
some more
For
income.
Golden State.
Yeah.
The Lakers got a better chance of bringing Norm Nixon back than they got a Klay Thompson going to the Lakers.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
I said that. For you young people don't know who Norm Nixon is, look him up. Google. Yeah.
All right, y'all, check this out. I guess we're gonna, since Michelle ain't here, we're gonna mix the show up a little bit. We're gonna go straight to the 5-0.
Woo!
Giannis dunking on
Come on, Tom, you're moving slow. Get the flip moving. Get the
Oh,
flip
man,
moving,
yeah.
Tom. We learned all our bloopers on our production. All out of that.
it's the all-out blooper time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Number 5. Dunking on LeBron. And he is backwards once again.
Yeah, that's not number 5, I don't think. Tom?
Well, he's kind of messing up my special today.
But that is a good looking kid. I want to
Who's that kid? Which one is this? Is this 3 or 2? Which one is this?
This was my special number 1 from last week. I was actually bringing it back, but since he's playing it right now, we're gonna just roll with it because this is how we do. We ain't gonna do it like
We don't roll like that.
do it like that.
You know how we have. We here for 5. We professionals.
Number 5.
Okay, now he gonna give me my right number 5. Giannis, hey, I still think Milwaukee gonna take it in this East.
Man, that remind me of
I
my.
still think he's the MVP.
Me too.
That remind me of myself when we was at West Montgomery and I used to dunk on this guy next to me, you know?
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Hey,
that's
I'm
another
gonna say
show
is
right there.
He had one of them kitty hoops when he did.
Like a little orange ball.
Yeah, a little orange ball.
You think he's gonna be the MVP?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I think so.
You?
I gotta feel. I go with him. I go with Giannis.
I'll go with him too.
Okay.
That's the
we're
first time we agree with anything.
You know, that's because he cheated off your paper. We're gonna go to number 4.
The Stankies are below 500.
I
They ain't
don't
gonna win
care.
jack. Both of y'all are Stankies fans. Bug Steinberg, Bug the Yankees are Stankies. I've hated the Stankies ever since 1977 when they cheated my Dodgers out the World Series with Reggie
Oh, I
Jackson.
thought that's when he was born.
Innocent play.
68.
All right, y'all, my number 3 of the day. We're gonna go to.
So let me ask you something, Spoo. Do you think when you have famous coaches, they're able to attract famous players like Stackhouse and Vanderbilt? Is he gonna be able to attract the players that he needs?
I think he should.
And I think they give you confidence.
Yeah, they give you confidence. They've been there. They know what they're talking about. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So they gives you that extra boost.
You think the
to
same
wanna
thing?
play for 'em.
I somewhat disagree because you look at Patrick Ewing in Georgetown, right? One of the best top 5 centers ever played in the game. They didn't make the tournament this year, and they're really struggling. He's got a radio show he does on ESPN college radio. He's struggling with recruiting right now. He really is.
With a game change too.
Well, I understand, but my point being is though, just because you're a star, I don't see that means that guys are going to come and gravitate to to your team.
Chris
And,
Paul?
He's out of St. John's. They got rid of him.
Okay.
They got rid of him?
But you gotta understand some of them coaches y'all naming. Now these kids don't know who they are.
Well, I understand it, but
They
that's
don't
my
understand
point.
them legacy of them guys. Right
So the
there,
kids
man.
gonna know who Stackhouse is in Vanderbilt?
Yeah, Stackhouse is still kind of, you know what I'm saying? He's still kind of young. So
The thing I like about the Stackhouse is he's at Vanderbilt, one of they got the
Stackhouse
highest
is so
standards,
Yeah, he's
highest
still-
academic standards in the SEC.
Right.
I just don't see that being a good fit. I look at Avery Johnson, with Alabama, similar situation, right? I just don't see him being overly successful in there. He got a 6-year deal, so we'll see what happens. He's got some time.
Well, you know,
I give him 2 years, they're gonna be.
Well, you know, he's a Tide fan, football fan anyway. So that coach can't coach football. He just get the best talent.
Yeah,
I didn't like Patrick Ewing when he was on the Knicks anyway.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I didn't like
All right, y'all, we're gonna run this number 2 here.
167 from here. Got a whole bunch of trouble.
Oops, something happened. Oh my goodness. Again,
Are you kidding me?
the window opportunity was well and truly open. What a golf shot.
Wow.
Grimacing a little bit, he was
Speaks to
saying.
talent.
Yeah, that was a great shot. That was a great shot.
Yeah, but Tiger, I'm telling you, he's gonna win at least 2 or 3 this year. I'm feeling it.
It'd be nice.
I'm feeling it. Okay, number 1, we gotta give a shout out to one of the legends who's about to be retiring. I'm hating to see him go. I still feel like it's a hoax. I think he.
167 from here. Got a whole bunch of trouble.
He can't stay on the court though.
But they played that last year when he was in Cleveland. That didn't work out so well for him.
But that's because but you gotta realize who was there. J.R. Smith and Shumpert with his little freaky wife and they little.
Give
escapades
James
and-
any 5
You know what I'm
players and
saying?
he'll win for you. He didn't learn jack from Smooth with the 5 O's. They got 2 number 1s. He learned from you.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I believe skill and talent is already in you. I mean, I believe a coach can polish it. I don't like to sit here and act like I made anybody. But yeah, I mean, I have my hand in it. He's a good kid, all around the board.
All right, that's good.
That's what's up. Troll. So you get trolled on your own. You get trolled on your own show. You know what I'm saying? What kind of stuff is that? Man, I'm gonna tell you my set. Matter of fact, where your helicopter head?
Okay. It's now time for the best segment. Let me take Smooth's words for
Oh, okay.
it. The best part of the show. Rich. Ooh, there we go. Since we already been focusing on the Lakers, you know, we all know that the Lakers fired Luke Walton, Sacramento Kings hired him. I'm hearing that Tyronn Lue is in the loop to be the next head coach, and you told me somebody else was in the loop.
No, I believe Mark Jackson should get it. I don't know if they're doing it, or I believe that they should go after Mark Jackson. So if the Lakers is listening to this, y'all need to go get Mark Jackson. He's already watching somebody win all the championships.
Yes.
One of the challenges I think Mark Jackson would have is, I don't know that he'll be the kind of guy that can placate to LeBron like he needs. I think Tyronn Lue is that type of guy that sits back in the background and allows LeBron to do whatever he needs to do. He showed that in Cleveland, and then after LeBron leaving, he left after the first 10 games after had that.
So basically, you said there's no room for two alpha males. There's just room for James and somebody that's going to listen to James.
Not when there's LeBron there, no.
Okay.
No.
And that's what LeBron needs, is somebody to tell him to shut up and sit down.
He ain't going to do it.
What's happened when someone's told him that, they got fired. David Blatch, those type of guys that were coaching him, and they're no longer there. Mike Brown, even going back to Paul Silas. So I don't agree with that at all, because again, those guys have been there. Paul Silas, disciplinarian coach. David Blatch, one of the best European coaches. Those guys are gone when LeBron was still there. So I think he needs a guy who's going to placate to what he wants. And I think Tyronn Lue is the guy.
He got one. The owner.
Yeah.
She ain't playing. She said, look at here, this is my team.
Yeah.
It's my team. I don't care what your name is, this is my team.
I don't think Luke Walton was not doing that, though. So why did he get fired?
He wasn't LeBron's guy, that's why.
Oh, okay.
When he got there, meaning LeBron got there, the coach was already there. And it's been well documented that Magic didn't even address Luke Walton in bringing LeBron to the game. Now, mind you, you're the coach of the team, and your general manager is not even giving you insight to who he's bringing in so you can coach him.
Well, I don't think you got to ask for LeBron, though.
Well, that's what happened. Now Luke Walton's not there. Now they're looking for another coach.
Yeah.
But here's the good thing for LA. They don't have to worry about playoffs this year. They got a lot of time.
They definitely got
Playoff mode activated. And you know what? That brings another point too. We were just talking about superstar coaches, how they're able to attract challenge. Look at Magic. He wasn't a good coach. He wasn't a good GM. What is he good at? He better just stick with Starbucks coffee and live on his legacy from when he used to play ball.
Larry Bird a good GM?
Same thing.
Larry Bird was a good GM. Look at Larry Bird is the only player coach to win Executive of the Year, Coach of the Year, and MVP. He's the only person in history to ever do that.
But that's because he's favored by the people.
Well, but
No, I'm gonna say that. I ain't never liked Larry. I never liked Larry Bird
got to
with
put something
Boston.
on the court. Magic hasn't put anything on the court that's well represented. He showed that last year. Remember when they drafted Ball and he said, "Showtime is back"?
Yeah.
No, he was wrong.
The only
He was clearly
reason,
wrong.
the only reason the Pacers didn't win the championship is because of Ben Wallace and a brawl in the Palace. I was watching that game live, and we were killing them.
Yeah.
We were killing them.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace fired Ron Artest. Okay, that's it for. Sports on the show. This is Sports Spot. And these two young men, these three young men, we love talking sports. So sometimes we get a little discombobulated. But we would have won the championship that year. We were favored. Yeah. Ben Wallace on the play before that had fouled Ron Artest hard as heck. They did not call a foul.
Yeah.
That's why, back in those days, you returned a foul for a foul.
Yeah.
Ron Artest fouled Ben Wallace hard on the next one, and Ron said he wasn't getting in no trouble that year.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace pushed Rogers when he sat on the table.
Yeah, he laid on his hip and they threw the beer at him.
Yeah. Ron has apologized to Bird for that. He said, I can agree that was a low point in anybody's career. But in the street, are you going to let a man throw a beer on you?
No. I don't think, to me, that's my favorite moment in history when it comes to Indiana. I don't care. People say it's wrong. They rented the fans. They should have did that with professionals. No, they had each other's back.
Right.
At the end of the day.
I agree with you totally.
At the end of the day.
True. James let a boy punch his teammate in a job.
He didn't help him.
Hey, hold on. Rondo did get a good shot in there, though.
He definitely did. But I don't know if you're going to help the other team.
Right.
Once you cross their minds, man, this is my brother. You talking about a league where they hang out. Now it ain't like it used to be. They don't hate each other no more. Man.
Right.
These guys hang out with each other.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think in the old leagues, I don't think they hated each other off the court.
Right.
But on the court, I ain't dapping you up. I ain't your friend. I ain't helping you.
Oh no, but if you watch the 30 for 30s and all that, some of them guys hated each other.
Yeah,
For real?
Oh yeah, they hate each other. Yeah.
Michael Jordan hates
Isaiah
Alabama
Thomas.
now. Yeah, that was for real.
That's well documented though. In that situation where they froze him out in the All-Star game, when I think it was his third year.
He couldn't go to the
Olympics.
Yeah.
But you know what? Let me tell you something about that. When he found out he didn't make the Olympics and John Stockton made the Olympics, he went out there that next game I was playing Utah.
Yeah.
He clowned.
Yeah.
He threw an alley-oop off the floor.
Yeah, I seen that.
He said, "Oh, y'all gonna leave me out the team?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
when
gonna show you who I
Karl
am."
Malone hit him with that elbow and opened him up real bad. I remember that.
I think I seen it on YouTube. I don't know if I was on the page.
Ziegler.
I definitely did my research.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what basketball was basketball.
It was different.
It wasn't all this soft stuff now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do our hot seat segment today, Tom, or are we gonna blow it? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go to hot seat? Yeah, hot seat.
Oh,
Y'all don't,
okay.
you know about the hot seat. He don't know about the hot seat. Hot seat's where we ask you questions and you're on the hot seat.
Okay.
You better get the answer right without Googling it.
I'm only 34. So I'm just quick. All right, I'm ready.
You gonna start us smooth?
All right. So we're gonna go here. Since you are I've heard you are one of the best coaches in Little League football.
You didn't hear it, you know it.
I like that answer already. He can come back on this show.
Who's gonna win president of the year this year? We know who won it last year.
Oh, you talking about in our league? I won it last year. Who do I think gonna win it this year? You want me to be honest?
Yes.
Me again.
That's right.
There you go.
Okay, I got a question for you.
All right.
Since you're only 34 and everything, I'm gonna give you a softball question first. Do you vote
As far as
in elections?
Yeah.
You vote every election?
Yeah, I go when can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I might be a Republican, man.
That's
I'm jealous, man. Everybody out here getting food stamps and I gotta go in here. Like, go get a job.
Ain't nothing wrong with, because I voted for Republicans before. You know, I used to like Bill Hunt. Now, you don't know who Bill, hell no. He did, but I didn't. Yeah. But I voted for Bill Hunt. You don't know who he is because you're only 34.
Okay.
But he was the hood with the trash and everything. Hunt was a good mayor, man. He did a lot for Indianapolis. He built the stadium without that.
Yeah,
He did a lot for
sure.
Indianapolis, even though he was a Republican.
That's probably the only thing good you did then.
And I also voted for, y'all don't know who his name is, Dan Coates. Because he was a Republican, he would have been in Congress for the longest, but he could do the most to attract dollars to Indianapolis. But the stupid Tea Party didn't want him in there because one time he agreed with Obama on something, voted with Obama on something. You know, nowadays they don't believe in compromising and working together.
Right.
So the Republicans got him out of office, and now we had a Democrat there, now there's a Republican there. I thought that's a stupid move. Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty versed guy. I mean, I'm not a school teacher or anything. I'm pretty
He on the hot seat, man. We didn't need your
okay, I got a seat for Durham.
History lesson per Reggie Sack.
I got a question for Durham. Tell the truth, did you cheat off all my papers in high school? Tell the truth, did you used to skip field period to go drink Malt in the
If we're
hallway?
speaking the truth, I'm not sure you want me talking about the truth.
Well, I'm telling the truth.
At school with you.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, this guy used to try to make me, the honor roll student that I am, skip field period to go drink. Who drinks Malt Duck? Fred Sanford didn't even drink Malt Duck. He drew a Bippo.
Oh, man.
There's certain things you gotta do what you gotta do,
You
right?
gotta do it when you gotta do it.
That's it. I got a question for both of y'all. Who y'all think gonna go number one in the draft this year in football?
Wow.
Wow, that's a good question. What I think right now, I think the kid out of Oklahoma, the quarterback, is going to go number one. And the reason why, because that quarterback position, everybody understands that's an integral spot on the football field, right? And this young man has ran, he's played well at the highest level, and he's told baseball no. I definitely see him being probably the lead guy in the draft this year. In my idea, it's Kyler Murray.
That's a good pick. you know, I would tend to lead there, but I would tend to go to, if I was him, I think I would have played baseball. Because to me, I mean, you can make a whole lot of money in football, but you can make a whole lot more money in baseball. It's a harder sport, I agree. But to me, just the contracts that have been signed this year, that the top players have signed, what, $400 million, $350 million. I think baseball is a little bit easier on your body versus football, and he's not the big speaker.
It's a lot easier, you know. But I think the bigger question, you know, with regard to all of this today is, why is Reggie in Facebook jail? We don't understand what is going on with Reggie in the Facebook jail.
Hey, troll jail.
We're going to need some hard-hitting information
I would say,
on why.
before you tell us why you're in Facebook jail, I would say I'm thinking Kyler Murray as well, the one in the draft, only because he chose football over baseball, and I believe after so much money, it don't really matter. So he's gonna get enough regardless, and I think he went where his heart was.
Y'all think he better than Haskins?
No, I just think Arizona needs a
I
quarterback.
think Arizona got a quarterback. They need an offensive line. They traded the guy they took last year.
That's a
stupid move to
That
me.
doesn't mean Arizona won't draft him because he still has that value. And if someone wants to make a trade with you individually, it's easier if you draft this kid, you stockpile, and let somebody come to you.
Well, I tell you what, he's not going to be no better than the quarterback they got unless they improve their offensive line. Take the Colts, for example. Why was Luck hurt?
His offensive line.
Offensive lineman. Who had one of the best
Luck was
offensive linemen?
hurt because he wouldn't throw that damn ball, and he does a lot.
But he had an offensive line that didn't block good, youngster. I'm telling you what I know. He's only 34. Listen to the old head.
But with
That's what I know.
But with that
hold
said,
that ball,
but
though.
with
He
that
hold that
said,
ball
though,
a little bit
with
too
that-
long.
He did, but if he had had a better, he had the ball a little bit long this year too. But what's the difference between when he got hurt and the difference now?
He had a better line.
He had one of the best offensive lines. And who did they draft that plays right guard? That was the best offensive lineman in the league, and he didn't come from Alabama Tide. He didn't come from Alabama Tide.
You're right, he didn't.
What's his name?
Quentin Nelson.
Thank you, sir.
Quentin Nelson.
He came from Notre Dame. He used to be a Notre Dame fan. He left Notre Dame because Ty got fired.
Yeah.
And then he go cheat and go to
This
Alabama.
isn't the day to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to revert back again. Facebook jail. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Let's get back to the Reggie a forum to discuss what happened.
put Reggie on the hot
Understand
seat,
what's
y'all.
going on
Hey.
here. We're going to give you the floor.
All right,
there,
Facebook
Sides.
jail, baby.
All
Tell us why
right,
you're in
this
Facebook
is the
jail.
cold hard truth.
Let me
the
slide away
reason-
from there.
I can only
Let me
imagine
slide away.
The reason I'm in Facebook jail is, in the words of Tom Cruise, you can't handle the truth. You don't want the truth. The Ron James fans don't want the truth. They can't handle Reggie. We get blew up by Boston right now, but that's okay. That's okay.
Is it a blowout?
They can't handle the truth, and people tend to report my trolling habits sometimes. I think D Cop did it because he's commenting on my page, dogging me out right now. But I will be out of Facebook jail tomorrow, and I will not go back.
So how long you got to do?
I have to do 2 days, man. First 2 days of my life.
Hey, we want to send a shout out to Senna Sweeting, y'all. She said we're looking good on set, y'all.
We appreciate that.
All
We
right,
appreciate
all right,
that.
all right.
She probably talking about me.
Hey, well, you better be careful. Ain't your better half back there? I see your better half.
She ain't worried about them right
Don't you
there.
think I should have the studio? Hey, no, but real talk, before we close down, I'm impressed with you, too. I just met you, and I think you're a good friend, man. I can tell you're good people. Anybody that's working with you, youth organization, and volunteering their time, there's a lot of time involved. I know you do it also and stuff, and that's just an impressive trait to have. That's just something positive. I know you're helping all of you, but it's always good to see a black man helping out other youth, because I'm sure some of them have father figures. I'm sure you probably came out of your pocket sometimes to help some of them out.
But you
But
can't.
you'll receive your blessings in return.
Oh yeah.
But
But before we go off set, I do want to bring up we do a Stop the Violence. So every year we find a kid who is our family that was affected. They play football through gun violence. So like last year we did Rondell Allen, the kid who got shot he played for Ben Davis. So this is the 4th year that we're doing it. We haven't decided what kid we're gonna honor, but it's real big. It's a Stop the Violence tournament. So I mean we have the local teams in the inner city come out and play, and it's just playing for a reason. We do it real big, man. events. Dunk Tape be out there, bounce houses, DJ. So it's almost like a West Side reunion in the same sense. And we honor them kids and let them family know that we're here to support them and try to put out as much awareness as we can. So it's just something.
That's a great job, man. That's a great job.
Now, if somebody wanted to bring their kid to your organization, where should they come and contact you?
Well, they can go on Facebook and find the MGDC Youth Football League. Also our website, www.mgdcuffootball.org. Or you can always call me. I'm an open book. Anthony King, 317-650-5541.
All right. There it is. Don't call this dude because he's a horrible coach.
My phone number disconnected.
Well, Smooth. I think we did. Michelle.
We miss
get
you,
better,
Michelle.
baby. Get
We
better.
miss you.
You know, we didn't do our funny eyebrow moments and stuff, but get better.
Can I come back when Michelle's back?
Sure. I don't know, man. You gotta get fast with your Google thing. Oh yeah. I think that's Tom. You got or you gonna bloop the opening, the closing credits. You know what I mean? You blooped everything yesterday.
You can show Deshaun Getty again. We won't be mad.
Also, if you do have some highlights of your kids playing sports, I would love to put it on my show. You can inbox me, you know what I'm saying, on Facebook, or go to
What's your name on Facebook?
I ain't telling you my name on Facebook. I don't want some of y'all trying to call me the Five Woos and all that, you know what I'm saying? I already know that. So this is what I'm gonna do. Look up Sports Spot. Go to Sports Spot page on Facebook. Send me a message on Facebook and there or Messenger in the Sports Spot, and I will get your son or daughter or whoever put on my Five Ooh show. Okay?
Nice.
All right.
Like I said, we support the kids, and also we will be doing some location stuff this summer too for some of the Little League team games and stuff like that.
That sounds like a good plan.
I can get I coach DeWan Jones too.
Oh, yeah?
From Ben Davis. Is
Oh,
going to
yeah?
Ohio State.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I get him over here for y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all want to add a little flavor to the show.
Yeah, you couldn't get him to IU or Purdue.
Hold on.
Ohio State.
I teach my kids to make the best decision for them.
Did you say you coached him when he was in Little League?
Yeah.
So you didn't coach a pretty good amount of players.
I said the last 2 years, 21, D1.
Oh, that's great, man.
Let's get out.
That's great, man. You know, so that is evident that you also focused on the off the field, you know, with the grades and everything, and been right now.
Well, he coaches with me. He'll tell you, we don't do none of that.
I mean, we know you do the coaching. He
Yeah.
just
He just moving.
every feeling I'm going to critique popcorn today. You know? I'm Smooth with the 5 popcorn flavors of the
I
day.
had my own team before I started coaching on the coach kids. So back up off me, player. I mean, we didn't win very many games, but you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you just want to use football as a tool,
Yeah.
man, to change their life at the end of the day. It doesn't. I always tell them, I can't promise you the NFL, but I can get you a free education. But you got to buy into it.
That's it.
That's great,
That's
man.
it, yeah.
That's great. We're going to have to go out and check you out, man.
Yeah, come check me out, man. And check them out. They gonna play on Saturdays.
Do y'all play at Riverside?
Yeah, we
Oh, so it's the old Pop Warner. Is that the old Pop Warner League that used to be there?
It used to be so it used to be in-house, but it's kind of transitioned now because football is more of it's like a traveling thing. People don't want to sit still, so we kind of condensed it. So we play at Tab, also at Central Green and Field Out West, and then in Riverside as well.
Okay, cool. Riverside's close to my house, so do Riverside. I won't go all the way out to Greenfield or wherever you said.
No, Central Green. It's on Washington and G.
Okay, that's good. Smooth, that's all I got.
Oh, I think this was a great show. Mr. King, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Daryl, good seeing you again, baby. I can't get you that way down there, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's a great show today, fellas.
Let's see if Tom can we'll close it.
This is TomSnakeTV.com.
Let's get ready.